Hello, BookTube. Today is Sunday, 5th of November. It's a very gray, steely colored sky. Not as cold as it should normally be for this time of year, but a little bit of a bite to the air. It's been a long week. I started with a trunk or treat. That was very successful. We had good weather, good turnout, a lot of good cars, costumes for Halloween. Then we had received a state grant for the library, so I was lucky enough to go up to the state capitol with community members and receive one of those cardboard checks like that big from the governor and folks up in Montpelier, Vermont. That was fun. And then yesterday we had the ribbon cutting, or the groundbreaking, excuse me. We'll get to the ribbon cutting eventually, but we had the groundbreaking for a new children's addition to the library, which it sorely needs. The building was built in 1902. We did a small expansion last year with new hallway and modern bathrooms and handicap ramps. And now we'll be building a downstairs office and a children's room upstairs. So the library's growing, which is always wonderful. This week I didn't have much time for reading, but I did manage to finish Ellis Peters, A Rare Benedictine. These are three short stories about Brother Cadfael. One of them before he was a brother. He's coming back from the Crusades, or actually from a military operation in France. But he's still a soldier, so it's called A Light on the Road to Woodstock. The second one is The Price of Light, and the third is Eyewitness. I enjoyed all three. And I've been talking to the booktuber So I Read, S-E-W, I Read, and she sort of directed me towards Brother Cadfael, and we've had a few brief chats. So I think I enjoyed it enough, for sure. I really enjoyed it, that I'm going to start reading them. I'm going to try to find them so I can read them in some sort of order, which she recommended. Because it's an ongoing story. And like I say, I very, very much enjoyed it. The copy I have is from the Mysterious Press, New York. It's a Time Warner company, and it was, looks like 1988, I believe. So when you go into it, it's a small little paperback, mass market paperback, but they did keep the illustrations, which are fun. They're and then the cover illustrations on these. I've seen Ellis Peters in more than one type of cover, but this series of covers I really like. You can see, let me see if I can get it without a glare, sort of like the Crusader, the monk, and there's the victim there. Let's see if we find out who did the artwork. Cover design and illustration by Boscove, B-A-S-C-O-V-E. So anyway, I very, very much think I'm going to make that sort of like a little project for the coming year, to try to read through those, as many of them as I can find. The other thing I'm doing is a buddy read with Elena Makrodina, a booktuber who I really enjoy, from Russia. We started this month, we're doing each section of Dragonflight, the first of Anne McCaffrey's Dragon Riders of Pern novels. each second of her novel, Dragonflight, which is the first volume of the Dragon Riders of Pern. So I have here an old paperback I've been reading. Elena's already given her thoughts on the first section, which is called Weir Search. This is copyright 1968. A short version of the novel titled Dragon Rider first appeared in Analog in 1967. This is the sixth U.S. printing of 1975. So I'm done with part one. This is where they go to find the Dragon Riders go. I don't know how much. I don't want to give away too much. These are some of my favorite science fiction novels. And it may seem strange that they're science fiction with dragons, but the dragons are genetically designed, basically, from an indigenous small dragon-like creature that can sort of hop between time, dimension, whatever, when this threat from space hits. It's part of how it's adapted to the planet. And when the first colonists come, the space colonists come, they're unaware that cyclically these spores from space wreak havoc on the planet. And one way to defend is to avoid. There's a lot more to it. I just don't want to spoil it. I find it very intense, edge of your seat. The writing's excellent, I think, and the story is wonderful. I may actually, when I finish this, I'm thinking about going on and rereading the rest of them. The Dragon Riders of Pern, the first three, and then all sorts of Pern-related novels followed because people in those days, 60s, 70s, 80s, really, really enjoyed them. So I will probably follow up with the ones I have or I can find around. And that is basically how the week is gone. I am behind, hopefully not on commenting back to folks. If I am, I apologize. I think I've mostly caught up there. I am behind on viewing BookTube videos by quite a bit. Like I say, it's been a bit of a crazy week, but it's been a good week. And I hope the same has been for you. And thank you, BookTube.